let's talk about it during the intraday session today. Now, the US stock market is still in progress. As for this piece, I won't send the Douyin in our country because we can't see it in the picture. Now, according to our expectations, going down, I have friends now just ask me and tell me in a private message if it is in place today because of this piece. You can see it. Obviously, there's a gap here. There is a gap. Say, is it in place? I don't think so. Is it not in place? Of course, if you are empty, still the same sentence. You must buy it if you are empty. If you are short, now is the time to buy. If there is no empty position, you said 2 days ago at this low position, you already added it when we said it was down 4%. And I think now this is not the second opportunity to add positions. The reason we can see it's very obvious. It's a short-term support now. It's right around the 21-day moving average. And some people say that it is missed again. This is not now a disc. What about 2 and 1? Sometimes I missed it a little bit. He may shrink back very quickly. So I don't use a 21-day moving average here. It is used to directly use 25 days to make some margin. Now, it happens to be on this support. What we call an unshaped push looks like this. It looks like there's at least the second foot is similar to the first foot. You are higher at this position to around 660. Yeah, a little lower. Then it's 6 or 5 or even 6 or 4 or less. Now, we can't see it. Anyway, I think there should be a second foot. This is our early stage, already anticipated. So this decline, people ask me why I went down. Well, many of them are reasons. It's the form that has come out. Then identify a fundamental reason. In fact, it is from, in terms of valuation, there should be a relative restoration in this area. There is a relatively large decline down. What about this decline? If it's okay, 5% preferably. In the case of S&P, less than 5%. Can go up to 4.5% or more. For 7, it's actually not bad. At least it can reach this low point in the early stage, near 663, right? The previous low point was 6631, around 663. I think that would be, we buy in the big picture, you can go to add another warehouse. For example, you thought it was less in the early stage, you can add another 10%. But there is a target today. It's almost there. So this is Bitcoin. What about the feeling, the space to go down? Yes, but not much. I don't think so. In this position, just below 100,000 positions, you can build a bottom warehouse. If you like me, you can just buy it for nearly 700%, nearly 1%. Because I bought a level of 3.53% 2 days ago. How about these two today? Another 3% in total at this location. It's equivalent to buying 7%. 7%. I'll take it slowly now. Don't worry when you saw around 90. I'll think about it when it's more than 97,000. Keep buying among the 3 major indices now. The one that hasn't shown up at the top is the Dow. After the rise of the Dow index 2 days ago, now the top has finally appeared. So here comes the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P, the top divergence resonance of the 3 major indices. In this case, I don't think the S&P is down more than 5% because it went up too much in the previous period. In this paragraph, you would say there was a 10% drop. Is it reasonable? That makes perfect sense. A 10% drop. You can see where it is. 7% is to the position of 0.236. 11%, that is to the position of 0.382. So that is to say, let's take a look at him. 5%. You add a part of the position to about 7%. You add more, right? Then another 10%. You add. Some people say, I don't have that much money to add. Or I buy the index. That's not tiring enough. Then how can you add it just then? You can add a little bit when at the bottom, you can add twice as much. S&P going on. you're out of money. The last one, 20%, 30% position, you say, I'm out of money, but I think, ouch, this location is great. What should I do if I have no money to add? Can't you just triple it and do more? Right? S&P is not like it can be double, triple. And some friends said, I only know how to do 3 times more. What UPR? I haven't heard of those many. Do twice as much. Make it clear to everyone. Yes, twice as much. So that's twice as much. Then you see this SSO, you can go to the bottom. How about you now? That's 4%. Double when it is 5%, right? 70%. You add double when it's 10%, you triple it. Just do it. The poorer you are, the higher your beta value is. Is that so? Even if we don't do individual stocks, if you just do the index, there should also be a good return. I have now started to gradually look for sideways stocks, for example, like NVDA. What about NVIDIA? I don't think so. It goes between 115 and 180. It's the low point in the early stage, a little bit lower, maybe in place. I will gradually add back the 7% position I lost around 200, maybe 3%, maybe 5%. This is hard to say. How much to add? I certainly won't say it. But 7%, the more you fall, the more you buy. Well, judging from the trend of US stocks, AI, although everyone said it would end, I think we all agree that by the end, it should be a long time before the end. What about us? To trade the moment, you are welcome to follow the Beijing MAN channel. From a financial and legal perspective, we will guide you through life without getting lost. See you next time.